I was looking for answers. I grew up 20 miles north of New York City, in New City, New York, Rockland County. And like all great suburban areas, you've got fields and green grass and, of course, pollen. And every spring, my allergies would go through the roof. And I was told by everyone, my parents were told that I was an asthmatic. I had to avoid pollen and fresh cut grass and dust and mites and cats and dogs and, well, pretty much everything. And that was not a very good existence. I was athletic, still am athletic, grew up playing every sport and had to choke down all sorts of inhalants to help me breathe. These albuterol inhalers, all these different medications, and every year, as the school year would begin, we would check in with the pediatrician. He would give the physical. He would say, "How's the breathing?" And I would say, "It's the same." And he would, of course, give me the latest and greatest, the new and improved medication. And these things were called nebulizer back in the day. Those of you who've seen this might remember there were pills that would get spun into the atomizer and you'd breathe it in. There were different injectables. I went and got allergy tested for some 2,000 serums and things that they wanted to see what I reacted to. And I pretty much was told at the age of 11 and 12 that this was going to be my existence. And it didn't make a lot of sense then, and it still doesn't now, that we were being reactive. Being reactive to anything, especially one's health, is not a great way to go. Yet that's how I continued to live. And while there were people in my life at that time that did recommend different things, including one of my parents' really great friends, said, you should take him to a chiropractor. Now, God rest my mother's soul, it was so far and away from her understanding. Chiropractic at that time, and maybe even still today, was seen not only as a fringe thing, but also as someone you might see if you had back pain, and the other approaches for back pain like orthopedics and exercise and medicine and things like that weren't working. That's where chiropractic was seen. It was a last-ditch effort, not as an approach to health and wellness that it is today. And we're going to discuss that. That's the essence of this podcast, is what true health is. So I didn't take that advice. My mom did not. And I went through and started, we were told, and anyone who knows anything about asthma, we were told I would grow out of this. I would grow out of the asthma. Growing out of something. It's like the problem's just going to go away when I got bigger. Well, really it didn't. I just had bigger problems. So my freshman year playing college baseball, I was probably taking anti-inflammatories on a daily basis for just body aches and pains. And if I had a cold or a sore throat, I would take like things like Sudafed, because a cold to me back then usually meant bronchitis because of my responsive breathing. I would get very inflamed in my lungs and my chest, and mucus did not do well with me. So I would even have to double up on the inhaler during these times. And my daily existence was popping anti-inflammatories, cold medicine, really as almost a natural response to healing. That was my health. That was my health and well-being at that time, was to take pills. So fate intervened sometime between my freshman year and sophomore year. I played summer ball all through that summer of 1989, and in the winter of the coming year, training with the baseball team indoors. Now, if you've seen baseball in these indoor tunnels, if you've ever seen an indoor batting cage, it's just ongoing swing after swing after swing, mixed in with going into the weight room. Well, the overload on my body just buckled me to the ground one day. I went to swing the bat. I saw lightning bolts of pain. My knees were numb. My legs were numb. I could not feel anything, but I knew I had just done something to my back because I felt it pop. Went down to the training room. I was told I most likely herniated the lumbar vertebrae, the L4 disc, and I probably needed to rest. They're going to give me a cortisone injection. I'll take some anti-inflammatories, and this was nothing new to me. I'd had back pain before, but not like this. This was a real scary one. And the season was set to start 3 weeks into early February during the spring break. So I asked the orthopedic surgeon there who worked with the university what he felt about chiropractic. I knew ball players that were using it on the higher levels. A lot of pros were using it in Major League Baseball. But it was still, out there. This is 1989. And the orthopedic said, it can't hurt you. I said, well, that's a positive vibe. It can't hurt me. I went and received what I now know as a chiropractic adjustment. He lied me down on a table, moved some things around. I felt okay. It was true. It didn't hurt. He said, come back tomorrow. And I did. And after the second visit, I got up and I felt alive and electric. Like really, legs were back, pain was gone. And I said, can I play ball tomorrow? He says, you can do whatever you want, but when you're ready to get healthy, you need to come back. And I kind of tilted my head to the side and looked at this guy who was, double my age and double my weight. I said, what do you mean get healthy? I got 6% body fat. I could run through a brick wall. Yeah, I got a little wheezing. I take a lot of medicine. He says, yeah, you're taking a lot of medicine. That's what I mean. And you're really overloading your health. Your health doesn't know what to do with it. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. So when you're ready to become healthy, and I took that advice and really started to explore what health is right there. I was a biology major at the time with a minor in biology. I knew a lot about the body, but I really didn't know about how the body heals. Everything I had learned up to that point was an outside-in approach. And from there, I apprenticed with a chiropractor and was starting to learn about the principles of healing, of what's now known to me as the above-down, inside-out principle, the way healing comes from above us, through us, into our nervous system, and everything heals that way. And the chiropractor and I became really good friends. And my goal wasn't to get rid of my back pain. My goal was to get my body back to the 19 years of breakdown that I had caused it. Now imagine loading your body up with chemistries for 19 years, where breakfast was Fruity Pebbles and dinner was chicken wings, and in between there might have been Budweiser because I was a college student playing baseball. And I learned that chemistry interferes with our healing, and that's one component of it. The next component I learned was there's a physical side to our health, how the actual body is working, the physiology. And lastly, I learned about the emotional component. And it was amazing because there I was doing a term paper, my senior year of college, on asthma. And I learned that there's no known cause, therefore there's no known cure. And mostly it's inflammation and stress. And of course, stress is not only an emotional thing, it's a physical and chemical thing. And I said, this sounds a lot like what I learned in chiropractic. Wow, chiropractic's pretty cool. In fact, that's a slogan in our practice. We have shirts that say chiropractic is cool. And as I walk around New York City streets, people always look at me and they go, yeah, chiropractic is cool. I love my chiropractor.